Morning Coffee with Cliff. As always, you are in the right place. I'm so glad you're here. I love doing these morning sessions because it's live. Number one, I like doing that. It's like walking a tightrope. Who knows what's going to happen? I'm going as usual when I go Morning Coffee with Cliff. There are no notes. There is no teleprompter, and I'm not reading from a script. Let's wait for 1,000 more people to jump on here because I know you're going to do it. I am coming to you live from the Thousand Island region of upstate New York in the St. Lawrence River. Let me know where you're at. Fortune favors the bold. Jump on here and don't be bashful. Don't be shy. Let's connect. And hey, listen, the theme of the stream today is definitely going to be personal growth because I think I've been focusing maybe wrongly. Motivation, inspiration, those kind of things, but they only go so far. What's the most important thing is personal growth. All of us should adopt some kind of plan, purpose, and strategy around personal growth, how we can become more, become better. And that's going to really enhance not just our lives, but those around us that we connect with. And so that's the theme of the stream this morning, Coffee with Cliff. I'm in the middle of the St. Lawrence River in the Thousand Island region of upstate New York. And I'm so glad you're here. Good morning, everybody. If you haven't already, you know what? Subscribe to the channel. It's all about creating a community of growth. That's one of my purposes this morning, is to expand and express, but definitely expand. Let's get a bigger community going. And, I haven't done my lives the last at least 2 days, I think 3. And I'm going to tell you why. As we get more and more people who are going to join in here, and let's make this a back and forth. Jump on the chat. Give me some thoughts, ideas, maybe questions, comments. I'm going to address them all this morning. I'm going to go forward with courage to address any questions, comments, and hey, to connect with you. And I'm going to invite you to subscribe to the channel. Join a community of progress. It is fun and it can benefit all of us. Morning Coffee with Cliff. As always, I plan and will and committed to staying with you until the coffee is done. Hey, thanks for jumping in here. We got more and more people just jumping on the chat here. Everybody, I'm Cliff Yates. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button before you go. I know people are jumping in and out of the shorts feed. That's okay. That really helps me expand and express more to folks who aren't already subscribed to my channel. I'm all about personal growth, how we can get better every day in every way than we were yesterday. I already got some love and coming back at me. I appreciate you, everybody. I'm Cliff Yates, actually a retired cop. Can you imagine? And stand-up comedian and actor, producer, writer, those kinds of things. Those are the kind of things that I focus on, and that's what I like to share on my channel. If that resonates with you in any way, damn it, hit the subscribe button. We are going to expand our subscribers this morning, and I want to share with you why I haven't been with you the last few days. I had a friend from high school 50 years ago, and we kind of connected recently on Facebook, right, a social media platform, and we've messaged back and forth, and he expressed an interest. Cliff, I'd like to come up to your island and spend maybe a day or two with you sometime. And I said, of course. And so this past weekend, he drove up from Rochester, New York, here in the upstate region of New York State. And he came out to my island, and we spent... Now, I could have done Morning Coffee with Cliff while he was here, but I chose really to focus on our time fellowshipping together, sharing thoughts, ideas, and memories. And we just had a great moment here on the island. And we went out to dinner 2 nights. And then yesterday, he went back to his home, business, and his life. But it was great fellowshipping with a high school friend of 50 plus years. And that was pretty amazing. He's done some amazing things recently. He lost 90 pounds, and now we got to get him on a weight training regimen. This is his next step. And I think he's about ready to engage in his next step. He's got to do some weight-bearing exercises because, you lose 90 pounds, you're going to have some... I mean, he looks great, but you're going to have some skin that is left over from when you were, much bigger. And so he's going to tighten that up, and you can do it. He can still do it. He knows he can do it. And I'm inspired by his faith and his commitment to get better. And it was great that we connected. And I connected really with him because I was improving my self-awareness. Self-awareness is a big key. Becoming more and more self-aware, just not only of yourself, what you're saying to yourself, what you're doing, and what you're paying attention to, but self-awareness of everything that's going on around you. And the more you become self-aware, more aware every day in every way, you're going to be surprised that all of a sudden how much more you are seeing and understanding, and you're going to be improving your ability to connect and communicate not only with yourself, but with other people. Hey, I'm so glad you're here. As always, hey, I don't know what's going to happen on Morning Coffee with Cliff. I go forward with not much of an agenda. That's one of the reasons why I do it, so that you can know. And I love it that I'm not pre-planned. I'm not scripted. I'm not reading from notes, because maybe you're like me and you get a little bit tired. You're kind of in search of real, authentic, not only people, circumstances, and ideas, but I want to know, is this real? And so when I go live, then you know damn well it's real. This is not AI generated. No, this is actually me. The mistakes are going to stay in. You're probably going to see them. And if you hang around a while, and I hope my base intention, of course, will be to create something of value to connect with new people on my channel here. And I just got hooked over 40 years ago on ideas, strategies, and philosophies of how I can live a better life every day in every way than I did the day before. Because I changed and things began to change for me. And then I realized, holy shit, I am not only the creator of my problems, I am the solution to them also. And hey, thumbs up back to you. Hey, I appreciate you. Glad you're here. If you have the guts, if you're not gutless, jump on the chat. Let me know where you are in the world. I'm in upstate New York. I'm in the Thousand Island region of upstate New York, the St. Lawrence River. You can actually look up on Google Earth where I'm at. I'm on Elm Tree Island, Hammond, New York. Put it in. Type it into Google Earth. You'll know exactly where I am in the world. Thousand Island region. I love doing these lives in the vertical format because I know YouTube pushes these in the shorts feed. And man, I've been connecting with people in Europe, Italy, Germany, Korea, Russia. And but let's see, last week it was more U.S. It was Texas, Florida, California, Arizona, and Hawaii, believe it or not. Hey, never been a better time to be alive today. The opportunity to connect with people from all over the world is amazing. That we can do it for free, and we can enlarge our area of influence and having a positive impact on other people. There's no greater joy. Something I have found. I would encourage you to try it if you haven't already. And if you have, then I know damn well you're already addicted to it. Maybe that's one reason why you're here, and maybe something drew you to the channel. If so, I'm glad you're here. You're in the right place. Morning Coffee with Cliff. And I know you have a lot to offer. I know that you have greatness within you, as Les Robbins would say. Hey, sometimes when I steal things, I give credit. I don't take credit for other people's creations, but if it has great value to it, then hey, I'm going to use it, abuse it, and share it with other people. But I'll give you credit. Morning Coffee with Cliff. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. I'm here. I'm live on my island in upstate New York. Let me know in the chat where you're at. I want to put your comment, your question right here on the board, as I like to say, on the board. I'll put it on the screen. Morning Coffee with Cliff, everybody. I'm glad you're here. Hey, living with a great state of mind, an attitude of gratitude. Man, I had some great things come into my life recently. Even if I look past, the past year, there was a winter season that I was in. Definitely all of us go through a winter. If you haven't already, that season will come. Hey, I don't know if it's going to be a harsh winter for you or not, but it's going to be a season in life. And that's okay. One thing you can remember, if you get into a winter season, you've been there, or maybe you're in it right now, you can have faith. You can actually have faith that it's never changed over the annals of time. Following winter is spring, baby. So if you're in a harsh winter, take solace in the fact that you can anticipate a new season's coming. Seasons never stay the same. They continuously change. It continues to go from winter, spring, summer, fall. It continues. So we can start to anticipate. We can plan. We can live with an expectation. That's one of the reasons we survived, not only in the world, but in this country, because we realized seasons and patterns. Oh, okay, if I plant in the spring, then I'm going to have a harvest in the fall. If I plant in the winter, I'm going to starve to death and I'm not going to live. So we have come and evolved to where we, if we're living our best life, we can anticipate seasons and patterns in our life. That's one of the great gifts that we can give ourselves, is to get better at anticipation, expectation, seeing patterns, seeing the seasons of life. In everything we do, we can see the seasons and the patterns. And when you see patterns, then you can anticipate. Instead of reacting behind, we can be ahead of the game. All right, everybody, these are great thoughts. I should have wrote that down. That was pretty damn good thoughts. But that's what happens. Sometimes there are jewels that come out when you're going live. You don't have a script. You don't have notes, right? You're not operating from a teleprompter. You're talking real thoughts and ideas. And this past weekend, as I was saying earlier, I connected with a high school friend 50 years ago. We used to hang out. And then, of course, we go our separate ways, as we do when we graduate high school and we start living our life. And then we connected again and we hooked up again. One of the reasons we did was because Epic M. Pseudos. To seek omens is a sin. Omens. Oh, to seek omens. I don't really know what that means, but okay, I'll take it. I put you on the board. I appreciate you interacting with the channel. I'll tell you right now, I count it all joy. I count it all with an attitude of gratitude, and I've learned actually to embrace, right? Other people's judgments and opinions of me is none of my business. That's one of the great things that you can adopt yourself, right? Is, don't let people maybe who are negative and who are toxic and who are trying to bring you down, don't turn that power over to them. They can only have that power if we give it away, if we allow them to have it, if that's what we decide to do. But of course, we can, on the other side of the coin, decide our own thoughts, our own ideas, and we don't have to let somebody else affect our emotions and our ideas. So, hey, thanks for interacting with the channel. I want to tell you, even some of the people that very rarely, I don't get a lot, but it's something you should expect when you put yourself out there. If you're going to open yourself up to connection with other people in any realm, whether it's just out at the grocery store or, at the gym or wherever, or on something where you're broadcasting like I am, you're going to open yourself up to public criticism and or attack or negativity, toxicity, and that's part of the game. The more influence that you get or have, more of those things are going to come through. People are going to take shots at you for whatever reason, and they can only affect you in a negative way if you give meaning to it. Giving meaning to things, it really dictates the quality of our life, is really a reflection of the quality of the meaning that we give to everything that happens to us. I've learned that the hard way, everybody, which is why I like to give it to you. Okay, we got an answer here to omens. All right. Omens are signs that predict the future. Okay, I'll take that. I'll take your omens and your connection to sin that way. But of course, I was talking, when I say recognizing patterns in seasons, as I was saying in a metaphorical way earlier, let's face, why would you be ignorant to the fact that if you plant in winter, nothing is going to grow, germinate, and you will not have any food? What's wrong with recognizing the pattern in the season that, hey, we need to plant in the spring? Because if we do, then we're going to have a harvest in the fall. And so in that regard, there's two sides to the coin, right? There's a polarity, there's a negativity, and there's a positivity. And so I see what you're saying, and I'm open to the ideas. But definitely I can see where recognizing patterns and seasons can serve us. And so really that does predict the future. I guarantee if you plant proper seeds, that's what you're going to harvest. There has never been a time in history, if you want to learn something, right? Never has anybody ever planted an apple seed and got a pumpkin. It has never happened. You can predict that in the future. Planting an apple seed will not give you a pumpkin. All right, I made myself laugh there. All right, I love it. A little back and forth here. Epic MC. Yeah, I'm glad you're here. Well, I just thought you were a Christian. As you can see, taking things from the Bible to its logical conclusion, then we all fall short. Oh, absolutely, my brother. I agree with you. I am a Christian. I've accepted Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior. Absolutely. I learn. I meditate on the Word. I was in it this morning. And, it's something, it's a continuous thing, right? We never have read the Bible or Scripture. We're always reading it because it's a living love letter from God to us. So I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you connected, and I'm glad you took the forthright force to leave a comment. I appreciate you. And, I was reading Scripture this morning that I think could serve me well. Philippians 4. I keep reading it over and over again, right? Paul was writing, rejoice in the Lord. Rejoice in the Lord always. Let your gentleness be evident to all. The Lord is near. This one is kind of tough. The next scripture that says, do not be anxious about anything. I'm getting better. I'm working at it. I keep trying every day in every way to get better at that part of scripture. Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer, petition, and with thanksgiving, submit your requests to God. And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and minds in Christ Jesus. So I do read it, and I do reread it, and I let it get embedded into my heart and soul, and I think it serves me well. Right? When Paul wrote, finally, brothers and sisters, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things. I think he was telling us there what to focus on whatever is true, noble, admirable, pure. If anything is excellent or praiseworthy, hey, focus on those things. And Paul was writing that while he was in prison. So I think that has a powerful message to it. I try to practice it. I try to apply it. And hey, absolutely. You might have noticed I'm a human being. I'm not AI generated, so I fall short. That's okay. To strive. There is no perfection, but to strive for it is good. I think great. Let me know in the chat what your opinion is. I respect it and I value it. Absolutely. Who we got on here? Sleep Addict 8034. Hey, I love that symbol. Hey, bro, if that's your house and you're preaching to people on YouTube scrolling, sometimes people need money to make things better, not God. All right, I'll take it. If that's my house. I'm actually in my cottage here in the Thousand Island region of upstate New York. My grandmother had this built in the 1940s. That stonework there used to be the outside of the original cottage, and now we have added on, actually, in the 70s and in 2000, this porch was added on to the outside. So this wall back here is actually the original outside of the cottage. These stones were laid by hand in the 1940s. And my grandmother had this beautiful cottage built on this island. And I also have the island channel if you want to see my island. Let me know where you are in the world. I'm in the Thousand Island region of upstate New York. There's actually a place actually called the Thousand Islands, New York. That's where the dressing came from, the name. Back in 1905, George Bolt, who was one of the original owners of the Waldorf Astoria in New York, he was up here on his island, and he was on his yacht. He was very wealthy, and he had his captain come up with the ingredients that became Thousand Island dressing. He took that formula, well, the recipe, I guess, and he took it to the Waldorf Astoria restaurant, and he started serving it in his restaurant at the Waldorf. And it became very popular. And now today, a lot of people use Thousand Island dressing, but they don't know the history. But now you do. And so you can pass that on. All right, everybody. Thanks for checking in with me this morning. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, I love it. We got positivity. We got negativity. We got everybody jumping on board. I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. As a matter of fact, I seek more interaction. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, I have to tell you up front, the mistakes are going to stay in because I'm not reading from a script. I don't have a teleprompter. I don't have any notes this morning. I'm kind of changing, I think, the theme of my channel when I think about motivation, inspiration. I mean, that only gets you so far. I think the basic foundation that can help all of us is to have a self-generated program of personal growth, how we can become more. If we're always growing, learning new things and applying those things, a lot of philosophies dealt with, hey, be open to new ideas, apply them to your own life, check the results, and then make some adjustments, and then try new things, apply them, make adjustments. And by doing that, we're constantly becoming more, getting better every day in every way than we were yesterday. Thanks for checking in, everybody. We got people jumping in and out of the Shorts feed. I love you. I'm glad you're here. Subscribe to the channel. Don't be bashful. Don't be shy. Don't be sly. All right, everybody. Morning coffee with Cliff. I promise to stay with you until the coffee is done. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Hey, everybody, thanks for checking in. I'm in the Thousand Island region of upstate New York, the St. Lawrence River. Let me know where you are. Jump here on the chat. I am live. This is not AI generated. Realism, authenticity. That's what I'm about when I do lives, Morning Coffee with Cliff. Sometimes it goes great. Hey, and sometimes it doesn't. I'm open to it. I let it happen because I like more and more to be authentic, not only in my broadcast and when I'm creating podcast and content, but also in my dealings with all my fellow humans, family, friends, associates, and new people that I meet. Let's be raw and real, because in this day and age of AI-generated BS, sometimes it's hard to find realistic people, circumstances, ideas, and philosophies that we can latch on and apply to our life and make it better. We do have that choice. We do have that power within us. We are the creators of our own problems, and we are our own solutions. All right, everybody, I'm glad you're here. I'm Cliff Yates, everybody. If you don't know who I am, subscribe to the channel. You're going to learn, but I want to let you know where I'm coming from. I'm a retired cop, 35 years, also stand-up comedian, actor, producer, writer, right? Just like you, multifaceted. We all have great things and ideas within us. And hey, let them out, baby. That's what I'm all about. That's what the channel's all about. That's what I love to create, study, meditate on, and share with other people. And that's why I'm here with you this morning. And hey, maybe my next quality person that's going to subscribe to the channel is going to be you. And hey, Monday motivation, everybody. That's what it's about today. Hey, hope this Monday finds you in a great place. I hope it's a great season of your life. Maybe it's a beautiful spring, summer, or harvest. Maybe you're harvesting things that you planted long ago and they're coming to fruition in an amazing way. And if not, that's okay, because going forward, right now, from today, we can start planting new seeds and creating a new harvest for ourselves for a future time. Hey, and if that resonates with you in any way, shape, or form, subscribe to the channel. One of my intentions this morning is to increase my area of influence and to have a positive impact on other people. There is no greater joy, and that's one of the intentions that I have with you today. If that resonates with you and touches you in any way, in a real, raw way, subscribe to the channel. That's my call to action, everybody. Hey, if you have any comments, questions, throw them here on the chat. Believe me, I will put it on. I always say the board. I don't know why. I'll put your comment right on my screen. Hey, I won't be afraid of it. I'm going to go forward with great faith and courage, and you can do the same. If I could encourage you, if I could support you, if I could give you a word of encouragement in any way, shape, or form, that will give me a sense of accomplishment today. Because you know what? Encouraging other people, supporting other people, selfishly, it comes back to me tenfold. It really does. I never got into serving, volunteering until after I was retired, and I joined my local church in Florida, and I joined the safety team, started serving on the team. Sometimes I serve 2 of the services. First of all, I get to hear the word over again and over again, and at the same time, I get opportunities to connect with people. I'm there for safety reasons, protection, and I have a group, a team that I serve with, so I get to connect with those people, and I didn't realize how much I was going to get out of serving, volunteering. I feel guilty that I feel, I feel ashamed that I didn't do it before. And if you haven't already, serve other people. I felt that I was serving other people when I was a cop. I was serving other people when I was doing stand-up comedy, when I was trying to bring laughter and joy to other people. Definitely, I got great satisfaction out of that. To do a great comedy show with another comedian, to have people come up to me after a show, thank you so much. I never had so much fun as I had tonight. I never laughed so hard. Thank you. I am telling you, it's worth $1 million. And I take that to my life today, a life of service. Who and when can we adopt a life of service? This is just coming off the top of my head. I didn't plan this. As I told you, I don't have any notes, teleprompter, right? There's no script here. But any of us at any time, right now, we can adopt a life of service. Everybody has that power. It's not a position. It's not a title. It's not a job or a career. It can be who we are. God gifts, right, us the opportunity, the choice, or the universal power or source, whatever you want to call it, provides us the choice and opportunity, the free will to choose. I'm going to tell you, a life of service is going to bring you prosperity, even if it's not readily available right now in this moment in time, doesn't mean it's not happening. And so be committed, persevere, never be stopped going forward. This stuff gets exciting. That's why I like to talk about it. I like to share it. I know the results that I've gotten with it. And so now I am seated here with full faith that I'm going to have the wherewithal to express to you how valuable it is if we take control of our personal power, our personal strength, the choices that we can make. We can affect the outside circumstances of our life by our internal thoughts, right? It's an inside game. All right. Thank you, everybody. Hey, I appreciate your comments. Let me know where you are in the world. Hey, just tell me where you're at. I'm in the Thousand Island region of upstate New York. Hey, everybody, thanks for checking in. You are in the right place. As always, I talk about, well, sometimes I say motivation, inspiration, how we can get better every day in every way than we were yesterday. But really, it's about personal growth. I heard yesterday somebody talked about that's really what all of us need to adopt, right? Some kind of purpose, plan, strategy for personal growth, how we can get better. And if we do that, we're going to affect everybody in a positive way. Hey, and having a positive impact on other people, there is no greater joy. There is no greater way to learn and expand and express good things in life than by serving other people. Getting the attention off ourselves is really personal growth. It seems like it's a hypocrisy. It seems like it's an opposing force. I'm talking about personal growth by serving other people, right? Getting the focus off of us onto others is going to be a way of personally growing. It seems opposite, but it's actually not. And wow, this kind of thing is exciting. Hey, I wish I would have wrote that down. It's kind of a pearl of wisdom. You never know what's going to happen. When you turn on the camera and you go live and you're expressing real thoughts, ideas from your heart and soul, sometimes you can stumble over your words. Maybe you don't have the right thoughts or ideas that come forth, but that's the risk that we take. And we have to manage our risk, but we should take risks in life. Risks lead to rewards. I'm sure there's got to be examples in your life, because I have so many in my life where you can look back and think, wow, the only thing I would have really regretted was not taking that action. I almost didn't do it. I knew it was hard, but I did it. Man, thank you, Lord, that I did those things. Look what they led to. I almost didn't do it. Sometimes we can look back and wow, thank God for unanswered prayers. I'm glad I went forward with the action that I took, because the reward was tenfold. I took a risk, and the reward, I planted an apple. I planted an apple seed. I didn't get an apple. I got a damn tree that became an orchard. It always comes back to us. There's always going to be a harvest. You know what? There's always going to be a harvest. There's an idea that you can take to the bank right now today. There's always going to be a harvest. The thing is, if you're not planting on purpose, believe me, things are going to grow. They're going to grow regardless if you plant. And if you don't weed and plant what you want, the harvest might not be what you want to have harvest in your life. All right, everybody, you're in the right place. So glad you're here. I got great people jumping on board from all over the world. I'm in the Thousand Island region of upstate New York. As always, damn it, you're in the right place. And you know what? Join a community of progress. I study a lot of the greats, the Tony Robbins, Les Robbins, the Mel Robbinses, Lewis Howes, the Ed Miletts. I'm trying to always, grow, become more. I'm always trying to expand and express better ideas, thoughts, ideologies that can not only serve me, but to serve other people. Because there's no greater joy than having a positive impact on other people. I'm telling you, with an open mind and open heart, you're going to be so surprised at the things that are going to be attracted to you. No, they're going to chase you. You don't have to go after them. They're going to be attracted to you. You're going to be a magnet, and things are just going to come into your life. Pay attention. Increase your awareness, and you're going to see them. You're going to think, holy shit, I need to do more of this. I need to probably expand my area of influence more. Maybe I should take on more. Hey, we got one life to live. This is not a dress rehearsal, right? This is the real McCoy right now, right here, today. I am so excited about it. I am telling you facts. I am excited. I am truly excited. I can give you a myriad of reasons why I'm excited. And that's the most important thing you can implore in your life. Why? Why do you want these things? Decide specifically what you want. Ask and you shall receive. You will manifest it. It will come into your life. Ask and you will get it. Figure out a big enough why. Don't worry about the how. It's going to happen. The how is going to come. The opportunities will show up. Now, they may not be evident right away, but they will show up in your life. I got people driving by in a boat waving. Isn't that a great joy? The gift I'm getting this morning in this beautiful area that I'm in, the upstate region of the Thousand Islands, New York. As a matter of fact, we made a movie on this very island I'm on, Elm Tree Island. I'm in the movie, so you can see exactly. It's on YouTube. It's called Devil's Island 2021. Check it out. It's free. Hey, listen. You'll see exactly where I'm at broadcasting from. I'm glad you're here, everybody. You are in the right place. Morning Coffee with Cliff. I promise you one thing. I'm going to stay with you until my coffee is done. Let me know in the world where you're at, because I know that you are somewhere, because you're here connecting with me and you're in the right place. And I guarantee you, I'll always come to you with 100% enthusiasm. I will always be all in. Being all in is a great thing. When you go out to dinner with your family, friends, and associate, be all in. If you go out to dinner, you're alone, you're by yourself, a dinner, a party of one, be all in. Engage with who you're with. Even if that's just the waitress or the waiter. Ask them who they are. What is your name? A lot of times they'll tell you, hey, I'm Tom. I'll be your server tonight. Hey, Tom, tell me, how long have you worked here? Is this a great place or what? You know how many people ask them that question? Hardly any. Be different. Be unique, because you are. You don't believe it? Check your fingerprints. No one else has it. All right, everybody. Hey, I got somebody that just jumped on the chat. God, I've got to acknowledge you for you. You. Hey, what's up? I love it. I love that symbol. Hey, I love your profile picture. Facts. Liz Lindbergh. Love to you. How about that? Love to you. Can you imagine going out into the world today? Go out in the field. I was a cop for 35 years, stand-up comedian, actor, producer. But we talked about working the field when you're a cop, right? We're going out in the field. When you go out in the world and interact with other people, you're going out in the field. Can you imagine when you go out in the field with an expectation of love? You're going out there with openness. You know what? Who am I going to meet in the world today? What kind of joy can I spread to people, right? What kind of smiles can I share with other people? With no expectation? Don't worry about what you're going to get back, because sometimes we don't know what somebody else is going through. I learned this many years ago, right? We don't know what somebody else is going through. So, hey, you go out there with great joy, openness, open-heartedness. You want to give other people the opportunity to connect with you. And if they don't choose to take that, hey, it's their loss, not yours. You know the worth and the value that you have, but you never know what somebody else is going through. Somebody may have just had a great loss, a tragedy in their life. And you know what? They don't really want to engage with anybody right now. We don't know it. But you know what? Since we know that's a possibility, we can have respect for someone who may give us a scowl, who may give us an angry look, who may turn away and not want to engage and greet us. We have the wisdom to know that we don't know what everybody's going through. And we can respect that. But then there are going to be other people who needed us on that day. Our smile, our joy. You never know. The next person you might meet might be your next best friend. And if you weren't open to it, you would have never met them and you wouldn't have connected with them. Hey, that next person you meet might be the last spouse you ever have. That might be your next wife and or husband. And so why not be open to it? Be open to connecting with other people. Not everybody's going to be open to and receiving what you're putting out there. And that's all right, because it's not contingent. We're not kind, friendly, open-hearted, open-minded, contingent on how they react to us. That is none of our business. We know what our business is. And hey, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you know what? I almost didn't connect with you this morning. I almost didn't go live Morning Coffee with Cliff. I was talking earlier, I had a friend, a high school friend, 50 years ago. We were in high school together, and we got along famously, even though he was 1 year behind me. But we got along. He was big into sports. He's a 4-letter guy, and I wanted to be involved in sports, but I sucked. But we were still great friends. And then we recently connected. Why? Because I was becoming more and more aware. Not only self-aware, but aware of my surroundings, and I paid close attention to what people were saying and or doing. Very subtle things I noticed. I had put out a Facebook post, right? I was out to dinner with myself, and with good humor, I took a picture, a selfie, and I said, hey, it's date night, party of one. And my friend posted a picture, and he said, me too, Cliff. And I was thinking, wait a minute, me too? Wait, I said I'm out to dinner, party of one, date night. And he said, me too. Well, I always knew him to be happily married for the past 30 years. But that gave me a clue. I was self-aware. I paid attention. I was not just hearing, I was listening. Even though I was reading it, I was paying attention to what he said. And so I sent him a private message. Hey, Mark, how you doing, brother? Are you going through something? Are you going through divorce? And he says, yeah, Cliff, I am, just like you. Wow. And I think I was pretty subtle about my case, but either way, we connected again, compared notes, and we reconnected here at my island. He drove up 3 hours, and we spent 2 nights together. Not together, but I mean, we were on the island enjoying our company and just talking about life and friendships and great memories of high school. And I didn't do my morning coffee with Cliff because, you know what, I was focused on what was happening in the here and now, and that's okay. I don't know where you're at, but I'm in the Thousand Island region of upstate New York. Hey, everybody, Cliff Yates. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, I'm all about, I think I'm really changing my focus a little bit. It's all under the same umbrella, if you will. I talk about motivation, inspiration, how we're driven to achievement. But you know what's most important is that all of us, you, me, that we adopt a philosophy, a strategy, a purpose of personal growth. What are we doing to learn more, become more, to get better every day in every way than we were yesterday? Sometimes motivation, inspiration only goes so far. You know, just like anger will move us with energy, but only so far. That'll die off real quick. And then we need to switch what that power is going to be, the motor that's going to keep driving us forward. Maybe initially that anger gave us leverage to make some changes, to take the actions that we needed to take. That's okay, but to keep going, to persevere, to keep on going, we're going to have to switch to a more everlasting power. And that's going to come from love in real connection with our higher source, a higher frequency, if you will. All right, Sweden. Yeah, baby. Look at that power of Sweden. Yeah. I can't imagine. I want to go to Sweden someday. No, you know what? I got to take some action on that. Hey, power for Sweden. Hey, listen, I love you, Sweden. I'm glad you're in the house. I'm glad you're here. Thanks for connecting with me. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Join the community of progress. Hey, and maybe we'll direct message each other because someday I'm going to find myself in Sweden for sure. I'm going to look you up. We're going to connect. Maybe we'll have a cup of coffee and an adult beverage. I don't know. You know what? I'm open to great things happening in my life, and that's why I think they continue to happen. I'm open, and I actually expect it. I expect wonderful, loving people to come into my sphere of influence, and it continues to happen time after time. Now, there's going to be areas or times in life when it's not happening. But a lack of evidence is not evidence of lack. All right? Sometimes we don't see what's happening behind the scenes of our life, what's being orchestrated, what's happening for us. Sometimes we have to have faith in the goodness that's coming, that's being created by our thoughts and actions that we have total control to choose. And isn't that the greatest freedom in the world? To have the power to choose our thoughts. And our thoughts is the only driving force that causes the effects of our life. It is the power of our thoughts and our thinking that we have total control over. I'm glad you're here, everybody. I got Sweden in the house. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Let me know where you are in the world. I'm in New York State in the United States. I am in the Thousand Island region of upstate New York. Let me express this to you. There's never been a better time. You could turn on your camera. You could live stream. In real time, you could connect with people all over the world. Maybe you have a service or product that you sell. Guess what? You can connect with people organically. You don't have to pay for ads. You can just express to other people who you are. You don't have to do it by selling. You can do it by showing who you are. Show what you're doing. People are interested in real people. If you want to be the most interesting person in the room, be the most interested. Sometimes people don't remember what we say or did. They remember how we made them feel. And that is the most powerful thing that we can do to someone else, is how we make them feel. I got Sweden in the house. Thanks for your talk about important things. Yeah, right? Other people are important. You're important. I have come to learn that. Not that I'm there yet. Not that I am the fullest of I could be. We're always a work in progress, right? No matter what level we're on, we're a work in progress. So yeah, I've come to learn certain things that have served me well. And in so doing, it served other people well, right? But it's a continuation. I continue to grow. I continue to learn new things. And I just thank God I'm still fogging up a mirror in the morning so that I can grow. I can learn more. I take solace in that. And I do remember that I'm mortal. The great Stoic philosophers, they had a saying called memento mori. In other words, remember you're mortal, that you're going to die. Not in a morbid sense, but in a sense that we have to have some kind of urgency. Hey, this is one life to live. Hey, what can I do today? What can I do right now to make it great? So remembering, and so sometimes I look back when I had my high school friend here over the weekend on my own private island here in the Thousand Island, we talked about classmates. I had 3 close friends. They were my closest friends in high school. Jerry Forsythe, Tatsi Cook, and Dan Coyle. They're all dead and gone now. Way too young. Jerry in his 40s. Tatsi in his 50s. And Dan in his 60s. In those generations, they have passed on. And so now when I look at their lives and remember them fondly, and even once a year I do a golf, I'm involved in a golf charity tournament where it's in memory of 2 of my close friends. But they're gone. But I'm still here. I'm still alive. I can ponder as to why, but instead of pondering too long on that, I'm going to take my time here. If they were still here, if they could have one more day, if they had that gift of life one more year, how would they live it? How would they want to live it? What would they tell me to do? And that's the kind of thoughts and ideas that I take forward in today's life. And I hope maybe those kind of ideas and thoughts will have a positive impact on you. And if they do, if that resonates with you in any way, I study these things from other people and I put them into action and I apply them to my life. And then I talk about them on my podcast, on my platform. And so if those kind of thoughts, ideas, and ideologies could possibly have a positive impact on you, then subscribe to the channel. Leave me a comment. Share the content with other people. Hey, glad you're here. And we got Sweden in the house. Sweden. I love it. Someday I'm going to go to Sweden wearing a Swiss watch. And maybe I'll engage with some people that are Swiss. All right, a little humor. Why not? Never lose your sense of humor. Yes. All right, Sweden, I'm going to put your comment right here on the screen. Yes, we all have to grow, sometimes alone. Stronger. Yeah. Hey, Liz Lindbergh, I got to tell you, my friend, you are so right. And guess what? Something that I've had to do this past year. I had to go through a season. Well, I still am. The season is turning. My winter is leaving me. I'm actually in a springtime. So yes, we have to grow, and sometimes alone. Sometimes we have to do it. That is one skill that I did not have that I have come to increase even this past year. Learn to be comfortable in your own skin. Learn to be comfortable alone. You know, in having some great loves and relationships over the past 60 plus years of my life, and I've always have sought that, right? Always to have, be a couple, to have a love interest always, and to have life dependent on that, but it doesn't have to. We can always seek that. I think it's important to have that. There's no greater thing than love, a loving relationship. But we can be comfortable in our own skin. We can be contentedly ambitious. I love the life I'm living. I love the life I've created, but at the same time, it's okay to want more, to become more. So at the same time, we can be contentedly ambitious. I think that's my own saying. I don't know. I think so. Yes. Hey, Sweden, you know what? You made my day today. Thank you. And I pay attention to your love, hearts for your eyes on your face, and you giving me positive feedback. That is going to make my day. I am satisfied with that. And I'm going to go forward with my actions today, thinking about my new friend from Sweden. Hey, thanks for connecting with me today. Sometimes Tony Robbins will talk about how do we become satisfied with our life, not just trying to achieve all the time, not trying to get things all the time. What's more important is to become more. But how do we get satisfaction? Too many people thought, well, if I achieve this, if I get to that, then I'm going to be happy. No, we got to choose happiness now and then happily achieve. But it's so important. I had an idea and it just fled my mind. Yes. Well, but it came back to me. So making progress, that's what gives us life satisfaction towards a worthy goal and or ambition. Making progress. Sometimes it's small. Sometimes it's very little. Today, I only took one step forward. I would have liked to take in more, but I did make some progress. I'm going in the right direction, right? Metaphorically, if you're trying to get from California to New York, sometimes we don't go 200 miles. Maybe we only go a mile. But as long as we know we're going in the right direction, right? We know, hey, the sun is still rising in the morning, so I know I'm still heading east towards New York. I'm not going in the wrong direction. And if I find I am, I can make that turn right now in this moment today. So glad you're here, everybody. Thanks to you from Sweden. Yep, I'm in the USA. Wherever you are, there you are. Hey, thanks for connecting this morning. Morning Coffee with Cliff. Coffee's just about done, but I will stay with you till the end. I will answer any and all questions. I will engage with you. No greater joy, meeting new people, connecting with people in a new, positive way. I love it. I get into it. I want some more of it. Morning Coffee with Cliff. Subscribe. Who made this coffee? Oh, I did. All right, everybody. Thanks. I got Sweden in the house. Where are you? It's not going to take much to jump on the chat. Just type it in. I know you're a good typist. Type in those words that says, hey, I'm here. But let me know where you're at. All right. I love it. I appreciate your power. Sweden. Go on. Take on this day. Make it one of your best days. Create some memories. Bring some joy into your world of Sweden. No matter where you are, you have the ability to choose your thoughts, ideas, and actions. Get yourself on a higher vibration. Here's how we want to operate in life, and most people do it in the opposite way. It's called upside down, inside out. Start and operate from spirit first, then down into the physical. Most of us start from the physical. We're reacting to what's going on in our circumstances. We're just operating from sight, sound, smell, taste, touch. Even our dog does that. No, we can operate from a higher frequency. We have a higher calling. Think big, everybody. It doesn't cost you any more, and it's going to reap the benefits of a greater life. All right, it's evening here. Oh, man, I forgot about the time difference. I actually have someone who today is traveling back from Croatia, and they were 6 hours ahead. And so sometimes I forget people are there. You know what? We always have to remember sometimes people, we might be in a spring of our life. We might be in a summer, or we are harvesting. Other people might be in a winter. And we should be aware that not everybody's in our position, our place of life. Some people are not enjoying the sunlight of the day. They are in the evening, not only of their life, but of their day. Just like Sweden, my friend, you're in your evening. All right. I hope you have a calm, blessed, peaceful evening that's going to lead you into a peaceful evening of sleep. Unless you're going to work and you sleep in the day, which I did for many years. I was on the opposite side of the clock. I don't think it was the healthiest way to live, but my job entailed me to work the night shift. Believe it or not, I really loved working the night shift, midnight to 8. I liked being up in the middle of the night. I don't know why I got joy out of it. I didn't have any trouble sleeping in the day. So maybe that's just how I was wired, or maybe that's just how I adapted to it. All right, everybody, Morning Coffee with Cliff. I'm glad you're here. You're in the right place. This is going to be a great day because of the way that we're going to think, the domination of our thoughts, the ones that we're going to choose, the meaning that we're going to give to what people say and or do is going to affect how we feel. And our feelings are going to create vibrations in our life. They're going to be waves. And those waves, those frequencies, are going to attract to us other people, circumstances that are on the same frequency. That's the secret of life. Get on the same frequency as that which you want to attract, because you are going to attract that. Be of a positive, higher frequency, and you're going to be kind of shocked on a daily basis as to the great things and people that are going to come into your life. You're going to look back and think, holy shit, I got to share this with other people. I don't know why other people aren't doing that, but there's going to be a polarity. There's going to be people, they're going to be on the negative side of things, and there are going to be people on the positive side of the spectrum. And so we just need to choose what side we want to be on. And you're going to notice what you attract and who you attract. And when you're on a positive frequency, you're on a positive vibration, I'm going to tell you, you're going to notice real quickly when someone comes into a room that's of a negative vibration or frequency, you're going to be repelled by them. You're not going to be around. You're not going to want to be around them, and they're not going to be comfortable with you. Do you ever wonder why such toxic, negative people end up together? Why? Because they're on the same frequency. Birds of a feather flock together. And there's no truer evidence on how our frequency and vibration attracts likeness to us. You want to attract love and great things, then put that out in the world. You cannot put out what you don't have. So when you're overflowing, your cup runneth over, and you're pouring out love, openness, kindness to other people, it's coming back at you. Be prepared. Accept it when it does come. Say, wow, I wonder why so much love, kindness is coming back to me. And then you can look at your life and say, it's no surprise. That's what I'm putting out there. All right, everybody, I'm so glad you're here. You have found my channel. Hey, I think it's probably divine intervention in your life that pointed you here. Maybe you're just stumbling across my content on the shorts feed, and that's okay. You're still in the right place. All right, coffee's almost done. I'm going to have to leave you soon. I got to get after it. There's going to be another tough workout today. Hey, if you haven't already, employ a regimen of weight training, exercise. It's going to serve you well. If you're over the age of 50, health, strength should be job one. I'm in the upstate region of Thousand Islands, New York. Everybody, let me know in the world where you are. I am live streaming this morning from my YouTube channel. I would love if personal growth, how we can get better every day in every way, if those kind of things and thoughts, if they resonate with you in any way, then subscribe to the channel, because my content is totally 100% dedicated, committed to that way of thinking, sharing, impacting, influencing other people. And that's why I'm here today, live streaming. Not AI generated. This is not a green screen. I don't have notes. I don't have a teleprompter. I am not reading from a script. And if you're like me and you seek authenticity, even in new people I meet, hey, be real with me, right? Let me know who you truly are, because I'm going to value that, even if it's against what I may think or believe. I'm going to value the fact that you're being open and honest with me. Even if you're blunt with me and you say, you're not my cup of tea, I you know what? I don't resonate at all with you. I can appreciate that. As a matter of fact, I like it. And no better way to live, everybody. Thank you for joining in today. We've had a lot of great people interact with the channel. And hey, hey, that's it. 1 hour is enough, everybody, with my coffee. An hour of power is what we had today. I am bolstered by our connection. I am bolstered that I got to connect with Sweden. And so let's take on the day. I'm finishing my cup of Java here with you. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, I invite you into my world, and maybe together, we will become a third power. I know we can. When two or more are gathered in his name, there is no stopping us. All right. Cheers, everybody. All right. That has been Morning Coffee with Cliff. Not going to leave you behind if somebody else jumps in here before I finish Feeney, my cup of brown gold coffee. Going to get after my workout today. If you haven't already, subscribe. Morning Coffee with Cliff Yates, everybody. Bringing you energy beyond belief. I got to do a podcast today, too. And I'm going to be ruminating on what that's going to be about. And if you have any ideas, what would you like to hear this next podcast be about? You can let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat where you are in the world. Everybody, I'm finishing Morning Coffee with Cliff. I've been with you for an hour, and it's been a great session this morning. Use that as a metaphor for life. I almost didn't do my live this morning. I almost got lazy with it. Momentum is important. I had good momentum last week. I did, I think, 4 or 5 morning coffees with Cliff. And then I had a friend come up, and I got focused on our fellowship time together. And then, you know what? I could have done morning coffee even though he was here. I could have done it, but I chose to not do it. I chose to focus more on the weekend, and I'm glad I did. We created some great memories, and we had some great talks. and we had some great conversations over dinner, a couple adult beverages, and over morning coffee also. Hey, I'm glad you're here, everybody. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, you are in the right place, as always. Oh, I will not be stopped. I want you to take on that same mentality. I'll tell you right now, it's our mental attitude that's going to be the most powerful force in our life. It's the invisible forces that are the most powerful in our lives. Thoughts are invisible. Believe me, they're the most powerful. Oh, man, I'll tell you right now, making progress towards a worthy goal. I'm trying to expand. My goal is to expand my area of influence, to grow my channel. So I have new subscribers this morning. And so now I've made some progress towards a worthy goal, and I have a feeling of satisfaction. So there's a metaphorical example from me to you. Making progress towards a worthy goal is going to give you a feeling of satisfaction. I'm going to tell you, there's no greater joy than having a positive impact on other people. How you do it could be your own unique way. Hey, thanks for checking in. Morning Coffee with Cliff. You are in the right place. Oh, I dribbled some coffee. I'm in the Thousand Island region of upstate New York. Let me know where you are in the world. I'm actually on an island. I'm on an island in the St. Lawrence River. And we connected today with somebody from Sweden. I guess that would be considered halfway around the world. And if you haven't already subscribed, it's all about positively impacting other people, always growing, becoming more. It's not what we get, it's what we become that's going to be the most satisfying in our lives. All right, everybody, that's Morning Coffee with Cliff. I'm so glad you came by, and I'm going to get after it. See you in the next video.